How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Friday the 19th of September. I'm Jackson. As always, timecodes will be in the description for jumping through everything. So the Undaunted Event has begun. Right now, if you do dungeons, you get some other goodies as well. So you get event tickets, and you also get some coffers, which can give you things like... Probably the main thing is some like rare, hard-to-get motifs that can sell for a lot. So yeah, can get some good stuff from this. So in order to get your event tickets each day and your gold quality coffer, you need to complete one dungeon per day. The quickest way to do this, or the path of least resistance, will be doing a Fungal Grotto 1 run on normal. You can do this in about 5 minutes. All you need to do, like the only enemies you need to kill are like the two main bosses. Everything else can be ignored. I'll have a run at the end of the video, just going through just briefly how to do it, because yeah, it's very, very easy. For basically, you can do it from like as soon as you start the game, almost. Might struggle like on a level 3 character, but yeah, anything at like level 10 onwards is really easy. Yeah, it just depends on how long it's going to take. Yeah, usually 5-10 minutes. That's all it will take. So, Fungal Grotto 1. That's what I suggest. The other thing is pledges. So each day at the Undaunted Enclave, it picks a trio of dungeons. There's 2 base game and 1 DLC dungeon, and you can complete those dungeons with a group, and you can get keys for completing these quests. So that's normally where the keys come from the Golden Pursuit. And yeah, pledges are a part of the Golden Pursuit as well, as are dungeons. So you'll want to do these anyway to get all this stuff done too. Just if you're not too experienced with dungeons, maybe skip out the DLC dungeons, and they're also pay gated, almost all of them. So yeah, worth keeping that in mind. But the base game ones are, even on hard mode, on veteran, pretty easy in this day and age. Just have like a self heal as a damage dealer, and like just a typical damage dealer build. Like it's difficult to not be able to do those. It's just 1 or 2 insta kill mechanics on hard mode for some of the bosses. That's all you're really looking at. But usually they're pretty easy to see coming. So yeah, whatever it is, just know some basic mechanics of like tanking, healing, damage healing. You'll be fine with these pledges. Yeah, definitely recommend that. And if not, just do normal pledges. No big deal. All right, so I'm just gonna go through first the event tickets. Right, what you use these on. I'll do a video of the run of Fungal Grotto 1 at the end of the video. So if you want to cut to that, yeah, I'll have a video up for that. It's very basic, but yeah, I'll just explain how I would do it as quick as possible. All right. So in regards to tickets, you have 3 vendors that you can use. 2 can be found at near the starting way shrine of the various alliances. So you've got 1 in Auridon. This is probably the quickest to reach. You've got 1 in Stonefalls near Devon's Watch to the southeast, and then in Glenumbra, you've also got 1 at... Did I say Devon's Watch or Daggerfall? I said Devon's Watch. This is Daggerfall here, and yeah, it's just to the east. So they all the people here are like the same everywhere you go. So yeah, you're not missing out if you travel to 1 in the Pacific. So the Empress area is like the main one. You get the opal styles that you naturally get these from the coffers though, so you'll probably get almost all of these anyway. So maybe wait till you collected a bunch just before the event ends if you want everything, before you actually get stuff here, because you might get a duplicate from the coffers in that case. You also get a pet, just like a Julianos thing, and then you get a Julianos spider mount. I think spider mounts are great. I don't know how to explain it properly, but they just feel smoother than a lot of other mounts do, like over the road. Yeah, I quite like them. So if you want the mount with the pet, because you need to turn the pet into the mount with the mount fragment, basically, it'll be 45 tickets to get that whole setup if you haven't started yet. 14 days, get 2 tickets, so 28 tickets in total. So you won't be able to get everything in a single, like in the event on its own, but you'll be able to get quite far there. You'll get 3 of the components for the pet, and then one of the spider ones, or you can get 2 spider ones, almost 3. So yeah, whatever you want to do there. Philiostormia also has a bunch of other stuff. This is sort of like older stuff that they've had in the past. There's like a floral skin. there's a pet. So in any of these cases, when you want like the main thing, you need to turn the pet into the main thing. So you need to buy both the pet fragments and the main fragments. Probably one of my favorite things here is the Deadlands Firewalker personality. Because yeah, it looks a little bit badass. The only thing is with the idols, like I think this one here, the blinking is like very specific and weird. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty cool usually. In Craglorn, you'll find the Impresario and Philiostormia here as well, but you'll also find the Indrik Vendor, Nunulore. So this season we've got the Moss Heart and the Onyx. Is it the Onyx Indrik? Yeah, the black one. So yeah, you'll find the Onyx and the Moss Heart. So you'll find the berries for these Indriks, and you'll also find basically the adolescent Indrik. Oh god, what's going on here? There we go. So yeah, what you have to do, just like with the pets and the personality or the polymorphs or the mount, this one here you need the adolescent mount, and then in order to get the proper ones, you need to fuse the adolescent mounts fragments together, and then use the adolescent mount to turn it into these ones here. So each time you get one of these mounts, you have to also get the adolescent mount with it. So yeah, it's quite a lot of it's a lot of event tickets to get that, but that's a set of mounts that you can get, and you know they're pretty cool looking. My personal favorite is the Dawnwood one, but that's not around right now. That's the one that suits the Jeffreen Paladin style. So yeah, these are in Craglorn if you want to find them. If you haven't been to Craglorn before, just use home tours, find Eleanor Private Arena in there, just travel there, go out the door, and just travel a little bit west. Easy to get here from there. I don't think there's any portals near the event areas in the starting zone for that. There is sometimes, but not this time. Alright, now on to Endeavours. So this set's pretty straightforward. We've got Jury Carting, which requires Somerset. Everything else is base game. This one here can also be... It's funny because this one could be easier if you have Somerset, but just do that one instead if you've got Somerset, right? So, place Furnishings, Recharge Weapon, and Deconstructing. Really easy. That's the ones I would choose. If you don't have this, just do Storm Atronachs instead. I'll show you some good places for this. The only reason I wouldn't do killing a player in Cyrodiil is this one requires you to interact with other people. These ones don't. So... It's just better for you if you can just do everything when you're ready, not when somebody else is around and you have to fight them and all. So I will go through this at the end. You don't actually have to kill a player. That's the only saving grace of this one. But yeah, definitely don't recommend this because the other options are easier. Alright, so starting off easy, we've got recharging a weapon enchantment. I assume most people know how this works, but covering all the bases here. Oh, Discord, sorry about that. So with the recharging, you right click on PC and go charge. That's how you find the menu to do it. On console, it'll look a little bit different, but you go down to inventory as well. At the bottom, you'll find your weapons, and you just got to open up an options menu for them. And yeah, you just go charge, find your soul gem, and charge. Now, if all your weapons are fully charged, just go find a mud crab on the beach in Oridon or something. Just find any enemy that causes you to use an enchant. For example, just come over here and attack these mud crabs. When you light attack, it'll use up enchants on your weapon. And then you can just, then you'll be able to use a charge to put your weapons back to where they were. So, on the off chance that you'll need a weapon to enchant, the quickest thing I would do is just get one of these staves off here. Just make sure they don't see you when you do it, just go stealth. And then go to Glamoran over here. Go into the menu with him, and then get one of these glyphs here, the weapon ones, and just chuck it on the weapon, and then attack something, and then recharge it. If you need a soul gem, Starfall Arcana over here. So this is all in Vocal Guard, by the way. It's very easy to get here, if I wanted to use this one. So come into Starfall Arcana, go into one of the corners where the NPCs aren't, so they don't see, and then you can... oh yeah, that's right. That one there doesn't work. You can just take a soul gem. Everyone has Soul Trap available to you, so just go to World, Soul Magic, Soul Trap here. Just one of the mud crabs on the beach in Oridon or some other place you want to go, just Soul Trap something over there and kill it, and yeah, you'll recharge a gem. You can also get Soul Gems from Delves. From doing dungeons, you'll get Soul Gems. all sorts of shit. Like dolmens give you soul gems. Pretty much everything like boss related will give you a soul gem of some kind. Yeah, very easy, that one. Alright, 3 deconstruction. So quickest way by far is to just get some pewter and craft 8 rings. So 8 of these will cost you 16 pewter in total. That's all the materials you need to do it. Pewter, you can just buy this off guild stores refined, or you can go mine it yourself. You'll need 20 to refine into 2 lots. You'll get anywhere between 20 and 14, I believe. Even if you get 14 and it's not enough, if you deconstruct the rings that you make with the 14, you should get a couple more pewter from that, and that should give you enough for 16. So yeah, you should be able to do it with 2. That will take longer. You could also just do dolmens. Each time you do a dolmen, you get a necklace or a ring from the chest at the end. So yeah, just 8 of those. Though that will probably be longer or slightly shorter than just mining it itself. Yeah, any of those ways work. Alright, so placing furnishings, really easy to do. You just need a house. You can get a free house that has a furnishing already in it. Come to, we're still in Vocal Guard here. Everything today is doable easily in Vocal Guard. This building here, just northwest of the Wayshrine, there'll be an NPC right here. Hold on, let me get you a picture. So she'll have a quest for you. You just talk to her, complete that quest just by talking to her, and yeah, you'll get a house for free. So one of these houses will be Mara's Kiss Public Inn Room right here. The other 2 will be Rosy Lion and Ebony Flask Inn Room. The one you get just depends on what alliance you do this quest on. So just travel to one of these, doesn't matter which one, and then travel inside. So these houses, the ones you get free, they come with a furnishing in them, so you can use that to complete the endeavor. If you've got if you've got a house of your own, usually they'll come with just at least a single furnishing of some kind. So just jump into your house. Oh, looks like I don't have my candle. I must have moved it somewhere. Yeah, I'll just use this shrub here. Kind of weird, it's not an apartment. Anyway, so just pick this up, and at the bottom it'll say put away. You just hit that button, and now you press undo, Z, Y, redo, undo, redo, undo, redo, undo, redo, undo, redo, and that's it. If you just pick them up and spam left click to pick them up and place them, it doesn't work. The item has to be in your inventory for it to actually count as placing it on the floor. And undo redo does basically the same as this, but just it comes from your inventory instead of just being lifted up and put down. So yeah, that's all you have to do. Just need one furnishing. If you can't find any furnishings, but you suspect your house would probably have one, just go into the browse menu here to find all your items normally, and just go retrieve, and any items that you have in the house that are hidden anywhere will just show up. Oh, there is a candle somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? The fuck? Where is this candle? Just put that away. Oh, it was there. What the fuck? That's what was causing the lighting. Okay, that's very fucking weird. Because if I go undo... Yeah, what the hell? Alright, yeah, that's very weird. Anyway, so, yeah, you get the point. Just find a single furnishing, place it down, undo, redo, undo, spam, and that's it. Time to discuss Storm Atronachs. So this here is a Storm Atronach. That's what you're looking for. Big rocky lightning dudes. Alright, so this is Spellscar. It's in Craglorn. This, in my opinion, is the most straightforward way to get yourself some Storm Atronachs, especially in base game. There is about 10 to 15 Storm Atronachs in this area here. People will come through and kill them, and then they'll respawn. Takes a few minutes and then they respawn. You don't need to kill them yourself. You don't need to get the last hit in. You just need to give them a tap. Give them a couple of hits. And yeah, when they go down, it'll count for you. Yeah. So just like that, and then I'll just let them do it, and yeah, it'll count for me. You just have to do a little bit of damage. I think 3% of their max health is enough. Okay, yeah. So quick access to Spellscar, if you don't have this yet, any wayshrines here. You could use Illionaire Private Arena, like I showed you with getting to Craglorn for the first time for the event. You can also use Hackfield's High Hall over here through Home Tours. So, for example, just go to Home Tours, browse homes, just go to Hackfield's High Hall right here. Just travel to one of these, leave through the front door, and then you rock up out here. So you just travel a little bit west, get this wayshrine, then this wayshrine. Once you're here, it's easy access to it from this location. Don't want to bother with these areas here. These have ice and fire Atronachs respectively. It's just the storm Atronachs that use this area here. Another good area is Reaper's March. The only issue I find with Willow Grove over here, which has the same stuff, is the storm Atronachs are a lot weaker, so they die much quicker. And usually there's just as many people here. So I like Craglorn more because it takes longer for the Atronachs to die, so you have more of a chance to hit them before all the other players dogpile in on them. But yeah, this is also pretty good too. Easy access to here from Serenity Falls State, or Split Creek House. One of these two to get down here and get Wayshrine. The third option is Somerset. If you go to Sunhold in the northwestern side of the public dungeon, there are Storm Atronachs of various kinds. You've got the regular Storm Atronachs, and then you've also got the bears, the centaurs, and like the other stuff like that. You get like little versions, which means you can kill groups of them quickly. So yeah, Sunhold in my opinion is the best place, but it takes a little bit of like getting there if you haven't found it yet, because you only start with Shimmerine, so you got to go all the way over here, and there's no houses nearby, and there's a lot of enemies you have to go through that don't count as Storm Atronachs. But if you've got like a source of invisibility, this is really quick. But yeah, my advice is just stick with Storm Atronachs, because if you've got Somerset, you can just do Jewelry anyway, and you'll probably just do that over this, I'd say. Yeah, Storm Atronachs, Craglorn, Spellscar, really good. Alright, killing a player in Cyrodiil. So, the most important or saving grace of this endeavor is that, just like with the Storm Atronachs, you don't have to kill them yourself. As long as you have participated in their demise, that's enough. So if you just tap a player a couple of times and they get killed by like other means, it'll count for you. And it also happens when you're dead. So if you blast a bunch of players with like an ultimate or something, and then you die, but then one of the other players dies, that's all as well. So yeah, just make sure you do a little bit of damage to players. If you just, like, worst case scenario, you can just do it that way and just bash your head against the wall for a while. Now, this one will be mostly dependent on the time of day, especially right now with the event on. Alliance Blocked, this is going to be the best campaign to try, because this is going to be the place with the most players, usually. If you go on prime time, these will usually be filled up, especially on the weekend, which is right around the corner because it's Friday. So yeah, it should be pretty high numbers at prime time, but I can't tell you if that's the case or not. Also, if you run a PvE build in Cyrodiil with like 20,000 health like you normally would as a damage dealer and no crit resistance, you're going to get fucking rolled over in a couple of seconds. So if you want to come through here and try this one, just try and get like a build that has much more health and much is like more tanky. Like, unless you really know what you're doing in PvP, because yeah, players are a lot harder to deal with than the like enemies in the fucking AI enemies. They don't just stand still. They prioritize targets much better, all that stuff. So that's, yeah, what I would do if you want to do this through just like regular means is, if you're not familiar with PvP, I assume if you're familiar, you're just doing this anyway and you're not watching this video, run like a healer setup. Just have like a Restless Staff and like a sword and board on the back. Got lots of health, lots of crit resist, have lots of healing done, and just go around tapping players with the Restless Staff. The reason I suggest Restless Staff is the attacks for a Restoration Staff come out really fast. So, like a Fire Staff, you look at the speed of that, but you look at the speed of the the Resto Staff, it comes out much quicker, and when you actually hit an enemy, it creates like a beam. It doesn't actually go out and travel to them like other weapons do. So it's much more reliable to hit enemies, and if you just tap them a couple of times with the Resto Staff with like a damage enchant, usually it's enough damage for it to work. So yeah, run around healing allies and just tapping enemies, and yeah, eventually we just get a kill because one of the other allies that you're protecting gets the kill. That's usually the way I do it there. Just bash my head against the wall for a few minutes. Or, if you find yourself, especially defending a keep, it's not looking good right now because not a single thing is fucking Ebonheart Pact right now, but if you go to a keep that's under attack, or like just chill at a frontline keep until it does get attacked. Bring some fireball blisters with you and chuck them on the floor like of the wall when you're getting attacked. The reason for this is with these things, like it's fire blisters especially that you want, because these are great for defense. You can also use them for offense though, which following our group around. But yeah, shoot them at enemy players. They'll deal a bunch of flame damage over time, and the odds are, unless you're dealing with like a ball group, which is a different story, I wouldn't even bother trying to fight them. Yeah, just disorganized fighting. Just shoot ballistas at a bunch of people, and yeah, maybe one of them will like take too much damage and die, especially if they're getting attacked by other people. That's another thing. Those are the only two ways that would really bother trying to kill players in Cyrodiil these days. It's unfortunate that it's not like all PvP areas, like kill a player in battlegrounds. I feel like that'd be much easier. Even then though, sometimes I've seen battleground runs where it's just like one team gets a single kill in the whole match. It's pretty rough. Anyway, so yeah, that's all I can really say. Like I'll link some PvP like basics guides in the description and stuff. And yeah, if you want any like more info, just ask me questions. If you're struggling with anything, maybe let me know. Just understand I'm not the best when it comes to PvP. PvE is sort of my strong suit and endeavors for the most part. But yeah, this one's not too bad. Just make sure you like try and hit enemies when you see them, at least. And yeah, for the rest of it, just at least try and survive. I guess some defensive things I could go through in PvP. Line of sight is everything. Enemies can't deal any damage to you when they can't see you. So yeah, or better to say, you don't need high defense when enemies can't attack you. That's line of sight for you. That's really good. Roll dodging, really good, especially in PvP where a lot more stuff is like direct damage instead of like AoEs on the floor and shit. And blocking, really good, surprisingly good, especially in this place. And yeah, just constantly heal yourself. Keep like good buffs on yourself. Always have vigor on yourself. Always have like major resistances. Always have things like try and get some defensive buffs like minor protection if you can, that sort of thing. And have a stun. Stuns are really good in PvP too. Like if you can stop a player from moving or like doing anything, really, really helpful. Especially things that can get through block. For example, for Knife Blades, you get Aspect of Terror. If you can use this on a player who's blocking, it stops them from blocking for a second. That can be surprisingly effective on like people who just fucking do all that shit all the time. Usually they're experienced enough to know how to deal with that, but yeah, can help a lot. Alright, I'll leave it there. Keep things simple. I'll leave it there. I'll just go over to do the Fungal Grotto 1 run. So we'll just check that out. Alright, so if you have a build with invisibility or cloak, you can ignore everything except for the first main boss. So yeah, just to show you here. If you don't, you can just run past everything if you want. That can work too, but you'll just have to either kill everything when you get to where the boss is, or just let everything kill you and then respawn, and everything will run back to where they were. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm just using Knife Blade Cloak to just make this much quicker, because if you don't have to fight those enemies, it's pretty helpful. So that door over to the left, that will not be open unless you kill this guy. So War Chief Ozazai is the one enemy that needs to die in here. You can also let the two little dudes live, and it'll still open the door if you kill him, but yeah, you want to kill them anyway because they're painful. They are the guys who do the standard and the blink stun. Yeah, pretty annoying to deal with. So yeah, just kill them first. This guy here, the only things he does is he does a heavy attack, which is block, and that thing there, it's like a roar. When he does that, it just like staggers you for a second. It just messes with your rotation, that's all it really does. Yeah, on normal, aside from like the heavy attack, which still does very little damage, yeah, everything here is like pretty weak. If you got something that heals you over time, that pretty much like you won't die. Oh yeah, missed the block there. Whoops. Alright, so now the door's open. So I'm just putting back on my speed build. So from here, it's just a straight travel to the final boss. You don't have to fight anything else in the dungeon for it to work. So here, when you get to the water, just turn left. There's a chest there. And yeah, just jump into the water. There won't always be a chest there, it's random. Yeah, it's one of the locations. So on the left, there's a bunch of mud crabs. You just want to be a bit careful running through here in case you aggro them. Jump up here, and this takes you straight to Krag, which is the final boss. So I like to turn around and point my dot that way, because that's the first location. Twice, he will run over and like unearth some mud crabs, and that's the first location that he does that. So yeah, just for simplicity's sake, when he runs over there, he'll still be affected by the dot, but just makes him die quicker. Yeah, the only issue with this guy, he does a heavy attack. It comes out faster than Ozaside's one. Yeah, you just got to make sure you block it a little bit earlier. And he also does like a big explosion attack. Yeah, there's the heavy attack there. Yeah, the big explosion, it will do quite a bit of damage, but it's like he kind of doesn't do much else around it. So yeah, just have some sort of heal if you're struggling with that, and you'll be fine. So yeah, there's some second group of mud crabs. After that, that's all he does. So from here, it's really easy. And there we go. And as you can see there, tickets acquired, and that's all you got to do. So yeah, 2 tickets each time. Do this every day for the 14 days that it'll be active. It's a total of 28 tickets I think you can get. Maybe 26, because yeah, the first day's already up, basically, if you haven't started. Alright, that's everything to do in the Devas and for the event for now. I'll be doing a video for the Gone Pursuit in the near future. I'm getting into doing the dungeons. I've got a bunch of people helping me with that, and it's really great. I do appreciate that, so you guys know who you are. Yeah, that'll be all for now. So any questions about any of this stuff, just give me a holler as always. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. Take care for now.